Hey, I'm back. Did you miss me? Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a great day so far. So if you couldn't tell by the intro, I'm back. I am back to making videos, you guys, here for Patreon, YouTube, all of my subscribers, my supporters. I had to take a little hiatus for the past 2 weeks, which I'll get into later in our mental health check-in, but I'm back, and I'm back with a reaction to the Rewired Soul. Being gone for 2 weeks from the internet is always very interesting because I feel like I miss everything. I don't know what's been going on in current events. I don't know what's been going on Twitter, Instagram, any of that. Like, you can ask my partner. He's consistently sending me things on Instagram, asking me if I've seen it, and it's always a no. But I am back and I'm reacting to the Rewired Soul. You know, back to my favorite, back to the things I enjoy doing the most, and that's really seeing what Chris has to say. Seeing what he has to say, and he's been busy with his 2 channels. I see he's been uploading consistently. I've missed a lot, so there's a few of them that have popped out to me that I want to react to really quickly, and we're just gonna get into that. But before we get into that, if you are new here, welcome. This is Journey to Find Kay, and I'm Kay. I like to talk about mental health. I react to the Rewired Soul, but I also talk about other topics here on this platform or society or anything that catches my eye if I feel like we can learn a lesson about mental health and or substance abuse, because I'm a mental health patient, worker, and advocate, and I want to use my platform to negate some of the negative things we see out here in society when it comes to these topics. So if you enjoy my content, you enjoy watching me, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button down below, hit the bell so that way you're also notified every time I post a video. Don't be afraid to check out my Patreon, and shout out to my patrons who got to see this video first. Everyone else, you guys are probably watching this on Wednesday or thereafter of this week. My patrons got to see it on Monday. I let them know I was coming back to social media a few days earlier than you guys. So if you like that little bit of early access, or you just want to check out the perks you get with my different tiers, head over to patreon.com, Journey to Find Kay. Check it out. If you want to support me there, that's awesome. If not, just watching me here on YouTube, liking, commenting, subscribing, reaching out to me when I do disappear. I appreciate you guys so much. I love my community, and that is why I'm back. I've missed y'all. I have missed y'all. First upload of the week. Don't care that it's on Wednesday, but first upload of the week is our mental health check-in. I want to check in with you guys. I've been gone a minute. I know there has to be something you want to share with me. Let me know down in the comments below. How are you guys doing? I personally am doing fine. Mentally, I am okay. I was gone for 2 weeks because I hurt myself, sprained my ankle. I announced it on Twitter. I was going to be gone initially just for a week, right? Because I hurt myself. It's crazy. See the crutches in the background? Thank goodness I'm not on them. I'm now just using the boots, still waiting to find out if I need physical therapy, all of that jazz. That was something crazy. I've never hurt myself like this my whole life until now. So I'm like tripping. Then my youngest son got really sick. We were worried about him. Fever's up and left. It was crazy. So I just needed to hop off of social media, not really worry about YouTube at those moments, just because I had to concentrate and, you know, practice some self-care, take care of my family, focus on them. But mentally, I am doing really well, and I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear how you guys have been doing. A couple of y'all checked in with me while I was gone, but I am now back. I will be reaching out to everyone as soon as I possibly can. But let me know in the comments below, how are you doing? I've missed y'all. Share whatever you're comfortable with, though. So yes, I'm back. I feel weird. It's one of those awkward moments where it's kind of like, ooh, this feels comfortable. I feel like I've done this before, but I've also haven't done it for a minute to where I'm like, am I messing up? So I'm back. I wanted to do something a little bit, you know, back to my roots, get back into the groove of things as I get back on schedule with uploads and everything. So I figured to hop back into this and get into the groove of everything. Let me go back to my roots and let me just react to the Rewired Soul, see what he has to say. These 2 weeks I've been gone. I know he's been busy, and I wasn't wrong. He has been. He's been uploading on both channels. I see his second channel is still the Rewired Soul. different icon. So he's trying to switch stuff up a little bit, staying more towards the drama side on that. So that's what he said about older videos. But this is his original channel that I'm reacting to, because the first title that automatically stuck out to me was, "Are you addicted to depression?" I sat here and looked at this list of videos, this little bit of plethora I have to choose from, and that was the first one my eye was drawn to. And so we're going to see what he has to say. 2 weeks ago, so he's had to put this up like right after I was like, I have to take this time off to figure some stuff out. I'm old, I'm behind. We'll call it a retro react, I guess we can say. But let's see what he has to say and see how mad I'm going to get.
What is up, everybody? This is Chris from the Rewired Soul, where we talk about the problem, but focus on the solution. And if you're new to my channel is all about mental health. So if you're like me, trying to improve your mental and emotional well-being, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell. And real quick, if you missed yesterday's video, I did a video on the 9 major differences between the depressed brain and the average brain. So make sure you go check that out. That'll be linked up in the info card as well as in the screen.
I missed a lot.
All right, so before we get started on answering the question, are you addicted to depression? Am I addicted to depression? Are other people addicted to depression? I want to make it very clear, I am not a therapist, I am not a psychologist, but you know who is? This guy.
I forgot. I need to put him on 1.25 speed because he takes forever. Hold on, let's do this fast. Like, no, we're not doing this today.
Now, the prefrontal cortex, that youngest part of our brain from an evolutionary perspective, it understands on an intellectual level that we shouldn't smoke. And it tries its hardest to help us change our behavior, to help us stop smoking, to help us stop eating that second, that third, that fourth cookie. We call this cognitive control. We're using cognition to control our behavior.
All right, that is Dr. Judson Brewer. I just finished reading his book, The Craving Mind, for a second time. Absolutely love that book. I'll link it down in the description. Phenomenal book. Just go get it. All right. Like everybody's like into like books like habits and stuff. Like there's this book that is just like a bestseller, The Power of Habit. I think this book is 1,000 times better. Doesn't get nearly enough love. Anyways, in his book, he cites some research, and I just learned about this study about people who are addicted to depression.
Him and his books. I'm so tired of it.
So we're gonna be asking and hopefully answering the question: are we addicted to depression? And trust me, baby, I know all about addiction. So those of you who don't know me, I'm a recovering drug addict and alcoholic, but a lot of us have addictive behaviors. We're gonna be diving into addictive thoughts, right? But we often don't recognize it. So let's start. Let's start with the basic definition of addiction. Okay, just get the words drugs and alcohol out of your mind. Just the basic definition of addiction. It's a continued use or action despite negative consequences. All right, so we might be addicted to something if we keep doing it, even though it's negatively affecting our lives. All right, lock that in. We're gonna circle back to it towards the end of this video. So first, let's talk about rumination real quick. All right, so rumination. A lot of us struggle with rumination. A lot of my rumination, like, baby girl, I ruminate like nobody's business. I remember a car ride home from California, and at least 2 or 3 hours of that 4-hour drive, I had the same thought, just over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Like on average, did you know we have about 70 to 80,000 thoughts? All right, and I think it's about 90% of them are about the same thing. Like, isn't that crazy? All right, but anyways, they found that rumination is often linked to depression. So although depressed people may not like their depressive thoughts and the rumination behind them, there is a possibility that we are addicted to them, okay? So we're gonna be looking at this research study that's titled Sad as a Matter of Choice, Emotion Regulation.
I swear to God, he just likes to really just keep pushing. People are depressed in their, like, does he understand what he says? Like I can't, oh my God. I can't. 2 weeks, and then like, see, I chose, and I know y'all be like,
hey, you chose the video.
I did choose the video, and I had a feeling, and it's like he always has this underlying message of your mental health is literally just in your head. Like you're the reason why. Like if you just stop these ruminating thoughts, we're addicted to. I can't. I'm back, guys. Like, oh my gosh, this is what I missed. The abstract.
Research on deficits in emotion regulation has devoted considerable attention to emotion
And I'll just
regulation
apologize
strategies.
ahead of time if
We
the
propose
audio is
that
bad in this
deficits
video. I'm
emotion
sorry,
regulation may
guys.
also be related to emotion regulation goals. We tested this possibility by assessing the direction in which depressed people chose to regulate their emotions, i.e., towards happiness or towards sadness. In 3 studies, clinically depressed participants were more likely than non-depressed participants to use emotion regulation strategies in a direction that was likely to maintain or increase their level of sadness. This pattern was found when using regulation strategies of situation selection, studies 1 and 2, and cognitive reappraisal, study 3. The findings demonstrate that maladaptive emotion regulation may be linked not only to the means people use to regulate their emotions, but also to the ends towards which those means are directed. So basically, they got 2 groups of people: depressed people, non-depressed people. And they showed them a set of happy, sad, or neutral pictures. Okay? Then they gave them the choice to see that picture again or a blank screen. All right? And then after that, they rated their moods. So what they found across the board,
Keyword is clinically
depressed and non-depressed
depressed.
people, is
But
happy
okay.
images made people happier. Sad images made people sadder. No surprise there. Now, what they also found was depressed people decided to look at the happy images again as much as the non-depressed people. But here's the kicker. Depressed people chose to look at the sad pictures more often than the non-depressed people, okay? They wanted to look at the sad pictures. So scientists, in order to confirm a study and its results, what they'll do is they'll run it over and over and over again. And sometimes what they'll do with those results, they're like, hold on, let's try hitting this from a different angle and see if we get the same results. So they ran the exact same study, but instead of pictures, they used audio clips, right? Or sound bites from pieces of music. Happy music, sad music. Do you want to listen to it again or do you not want to listen to it again? Boom, same thing happened. Depressed people wanted to listen to the sad music again. All right?
Okay.
Now here was the most fascinating part to me, okay? The 3rd time they ran this study, they gave people different coping skills, all right? That would either help decrease their sadness or increase their sadness, all right? So think about it as being handed one of 2 options. Here's a healthy coping skill, here's an unhealthy one. And what they found is nuts. They found that depressed people were more likely to use the unhealthy coping skills that they already knew beforehand would make them feel worse. Now, to the average person, a lot of this makes absolutely no sense. But if you're like me and you've struggled with depression, like, this makes a ton of sense, right? Like, we do these things. Like, how many times when we're sad do we listen to a bunch of sad music? How many times do we watch sad movies when we're feeling down, right? Like, they're making us feel worse. And it makes sense to us. And one of the reasons why they think that might be is because it's comfortable, all right? It's like the perfect fitting glove or piece of clothing. Like, we know it fits. We know what our depression feels like, and we know that we can sit in it, right? So again, remember the definition of addiction: continuing an action despite negative consequences, all right?
Okay.
So we continue to do unhealthy things or ruminate on unhealthy thoughts or listen to music or watch sad TV shows or movies, right? We continue to do those things even though those make us feel worse.
There's
If you
so
ask
many
me,
factors
that
that play
seems to
into
tick a few
this.
boxes
But okay.
on the old addiction checklist. So
All
one of
right.
the major problems is that for a lot of us,
I don't agree with him. So you guys can already tell by probably my face that I do not agree with kind of how this video is being positioned already, or actually already it's almost done. I don't agree with it. I feel like this is kind of problematic. I feel that it's something that could be used in a negative way. We already have a negative stigma attached to mental health. We already have a negative stigma attached to addiction. This man says he understands both of those stigmas and trying to break in and educate people. But the way you're positioning this is that people who are depressed, if you're sitting and you listen to a sad song or you enjoy watching sad movies, again, this is clinical depression. There are so many other factors that we're not even like putting into play or even thinking about when he's talking about this. There are different types of depression. Like, I'm bipolar depressed. I am diagnosed with a bipolar disorder. So I have hypomania and depression. So my depression could be a little bit different than someone who's just depressed. But there are other factors outside of that I feel aren't even being acknowledged. Are these people who have gone to therapy? Are these people who are participating in therapy? Are they taking medications? Are they not taking medications? What are they doing to cope? Are they doing anything to take care of their mental health? That all plays a part part into whether or not listening to a sad song or choosing sad videos is something that we should really be worried about. And on top of that, I also feel like it pushes this whole thing that a lot of times we see in mental health is to not really feel the feelings. It's okay to feel your depression. That's how you know you're depressed. You're like, oh snap,
I'm depressed.
and I'm only speaking for somebody who is bipolar depressed, and that again is different than just clinically depressed. Two different things. But speaking from my own experience of dealing with or living with my depression, listening to a sad song helps sometimes. Feeling it helps sometimes. Watching a sad video helps sometimes, because like you said, it's comfortable. But what is important is what you do after that, and not sitting in it and actually being in a full-blown episode. And for someone to be able to do that and recognize the signs that this is happening, it takes some work, and it's not something that we can just expect people to know. There are so many factors that aren't being put into play with this type of information, and I feel like it is another way that he is subtly and maybe subconsciously, I don't really put it past him actually, I feel like he understands what he's saying, but I feel like this is another way for him to continue his negative narratives that he has about depression. The way that he treats mental health sometimes is so cool, because you understand what you do. You understand that you're supposed to be educating. You know there are such negative stigmas with addiction and with depression, where people will use anything as any way that they can to negate someone having addiction concerns or problems and someone having mental health concerns. We're still in a time where people don't want to even acknowledge that these are just health concerns that we need to take care of. Period. We are fighting consistently all the time for people to understand and stop throwing around just hurtful statements and comments and things. And yet you make a video called "Are You Addicted to Depression?" knowing damn well you just continue to push these negative, like, I don't get it. I don't understand. It's my first video. This is my first video. I've been gone for 2 weeks, and literally right after I'm gone, you make a video, "Are you addicted to depression?" And now you're sitting here saying, if
We continue to keep doing the sad things, then obviously you don't remember addiction.
shut the heck, I can't. Because as someone who has depressive episodes, who shared with my platform not even that long ago that I felt one coming on, who is kind of in one right now, but is doing the things that I need to do to make sure that I'm not falling as bad as I can get, consistent with my medications, understanding that yes, it's okay to listen to a song, it's okay for me to watch sad things, it's okay for me to binge watch a series of TV if I want to, as long as I don't rumoring, as you say. But you know why I know these things? Because I work in this field, because I have a therapist, because I've done work to take care of my mental health. I have a psychiatrist. These are people, we don't know if they've done that. We don't know. We're trying to educate people. We should not make people feel bad for feeling their feelings, because that's how we bring awareness, and that's how we become cognizant of our symptoms and understanding how our symptomology plays out, what it looks like for us. There's just too many factors, you guys. There's just too many factors, and I don't like his positioning of this. It just feels like he's really just, again, just shitting on mental health. Just
Depression becomes part of our identity, right? We have this fixed mindset of, this is me, I am a depressed person. Something that has helped me, and what a lot of different forms of therapy do, is it helps you realize that your depression it's a feeling, it's an emotion, right?
yes.
Even though you might have...
So it's okay to feel them. It's okay to feel your feelings. It's okay to feel those emotions. It's okay to sit in it for a little bit. People know, people who have been in therapy or who have paid attention or tried to take care of their mental health and are cognizant of their symptoms, or even who understand that they have depression, know or should know. And if you don't know, I'm going to let you know now. You try to find other skills to do that. Stick with the schedule. Get up and make little to-do lists, things that you have to get done to make sure you stay on task, so that way maybe if you're just laying in bed all day, that's all you do, you don't continue to do that. But that takes work and that takes time. Just because these people said they are clinically depressed, I'm not blind to the fact that, hey, they could be people that maybe they went one time, got their diagnosis, and went the hell home and didn't do anything else about it, because guess what? I was one of them people. This positions it so bad. Like we continue to feel these things and you just want to keep feeling sad, and that maybe you're addicted to being depressed. We're stuck in this mindset. We're not stuck in this mindset. We're acknowledging an illness or a disorder or whatever you want to call it, a mental health concern that we have to take care of, that we have to be cognizant of. We have to talk about it. So that way we can continue to, one, break the stigma, but continue to be educated and learn and understand it. I guess maybe that's just my outlook. I look at it as it's not really sitting here focusing on it. It's understanding. It doesn't excuse anything, but it does give you a piece of information and so hopefully people have understanding and empathy, things like that. I don't know.
Imbalances with your brain chemistry, we identify so closely to it that it's hard to let it go. For some of us, if we're being honest with ourselves, if we stop being depressed, who are we? Right? So that might be part of why we're addicted to it. Like,
we're not addicted to it. It's called clinically depressed. Like, clinically, it is something like I can't. I told you guys I don't like it. I don't.
Like, one of the reasons I was afraid to get sober was if I'm not the drunk party guy, who am I?
That's
right?
different.
So without even realizing it, we might be holding ourselves back and latching on to unhealthy coping skills.
No, because I know, just personally speaking from my own point of view, from my experience working with clients, from my own experience being depressed, but I don't think people who are really, suffering from depression truly enjoy it and are addicted to it. Now, I'm not saying there aren't people out there that maybe, that is their identity. I don't know. It could be. Hey, but I know a majority of people, we want to feel some semblance of just normal. And we all know normal's, subjective. But I don't see us sitting here just like, I just want to be depressed. No, when I'm in my depressive episode, especially when I wasn't taking care of it, it wasn't something I was like, oh, goody, this is fun. I enjoy these negative thoughts. I enjoy these really bad ideations. I love this. Let's do it again. No, there wasn't no thrill. There wasn't no, and I'm not saying addiction is fun and all of that stuff. I'm not trying to position it that way. But when you say, that's what people think of when you say addiction, because again, that has a negative stigma as well. Like, you say you're a mental health channel, but you push trash. Like, editing K, you guys, I just wanted to make sure my point didn't get misconstrued. My main thing I was trying to say here is that he's correlating two things that have stigmas. People think addiction is a choice. There are people out there who think if you are living with addiction, you are choosing to do these things. The whatever behaviors that may ensue because of addiction, you are choosing that. When he correlates depression with addiction, there are people out there who are going to take this as you are choosing to be depressed. You're choosing to continue to use these negative coping skills, which is what he is basically saying in this video, in my own opinion. And it's dangerous. The reason why I myself am able to say these are my symptoms, the reason why so many people are able to say they understand their symptoms of their depression is because they've been working on it. They've been educated. They have supports. Maybe they've been to therapists. Maybe they've had a psychiatrist, somebody to help them. And I feel like he is missing that point. He is not understanding that the way he is stating this, the way he is wording this and correlating it with addiction and depression, with the stigmas that is out here, and the way he says he's trying to break it, he is not helping right now. He's continuing this. He is helping people think that this is something you're choosing to do in your depression. You're choosing to stay sad when maybe that's all they know. Maybe they haven't taken that step to get help. And if that is the case and you're watching my video, don't be afraid to go into my description box down below and check out some of them links to get help if you need it. But that was my main point with this whole section, you guys. I hope it makes sense now.
Right? And for some of us, when we say, oh, therapy didn't work or this or that, right? Well, maybe it's because we're choosing not to do the healthy coping skills because we're addicted.
If you know them.
All right?
If you know them, if you know your coping skills, if you are actively working on your mental health, trying to get better, then yes, there comes a time to where it's like, okay, you know better, Let's utilize these coping skills. But you also have those supports, or you should have those supports who are also being able to call you out on using these coping skills as well. You should. If you don't know these things, if you are uneducated at these things, I implore, I'm always going to be the person to tell you, go find a therapist. There's ways you could do it. Hit 211. I don't care. You can find, there's ways you can get you some therapy. There's books out there, but there's ways that you can learn coping skills. There are different coping skills that you can use. Like I said, for me, some things that I learned from my own therapist was putting myself on a schedule. Whenever I catch myself, falling down into or starting to have a depressive episode coming on, now that I've been working on it for so long, I'm cognizant of these things. But back then I didn't know those things. I didn't understand what that was. The next thing I know, I was just depressed and bad. Like, it takes time. And this makes people feel like if you don't know these things or you're not doing it correctly right now, then you're trash. And you're not. It takes time. Mental health, you're going to have relapses in mental health just like you do in substance abuse. All of that. It's what you do afterward, how you learn from it and continue to work on it. That is what is going to continue to help you be successful. I don't see people being addicted to depression. Is there people out there, maybe they are addicted? I don't know. See what their diagnoses are. I don't know. But I don't think the majority of people are. I'm sorry.
So the first step towards solving any problem is recognizing that there is a problem. All right. So hopefully, now that we have some.
No, you just start shit for no reason.
And start getting into that solution. All right. Anyways, that's all I got for this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new, make sure.
No, I'm good. So yeah, you guys, as you can tell, that was trash. That video was trash. Such trash. It was trash. I don't care. I feel like he knows what he's doing. He's doing it on purpose. He's trying to figure out what's going to work on what channel. Personally, these are just my thoughts and opinions. He knows the stigmas that are attached to addiction and to depression or mental health. And he's really trying to sit here and push this whole thing. It's in your head. You're addicted to depression. You want to be depressed. Shut the heck up, sir. I can't, because there's too many factors that go on into play with this whole thing. The study, that's an interesting study, but I also look at it as something as to where, yes, when you are depressed, how are you going to be shocked that people enjoy depressed things when they're depressed? That's comfort. That's feeling, like you said, that is comfort, because that's you're feeling those feelings at that time. I see nothing wrong with feeling those feelings, but I also understand that it takes time and energy and work to work on your mental health. And if you haven't had the opportunity to learn these coping skills, put them in much practice. Like, I feel like this is just a negative video. Like, this is just a video that can turn some people away. Like, oh, people are just addicted to being depressed. That's what I've been said. That I can already see the people who be like, yeah, I see. You just want to be depressed. And that's not the case for a majority of people. I believe, in my opinion, I know from my own personal experience, that's not what I believe in. I feel like this video was trash. I feel like he knows exactly what the hell he is doing. He's continuing to push his negative, horrible narratives. And you just have to know what you're doing. You have to know what you're doing. And now he has 2 channels. Like, I can't. I've gone 2 weeks, guys. Gone 2 weeks, and this is what I run into. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know, what did you guys think of this video down in the comments below. Is there anything else you guys want me to react to that you guys might have seen that I might have missed out in these past 2 weeks? Hit me up in the comments. Let me know as well. I want to hear from you guys. Again, if you made it this far and you haven't subscribed, don't be afraid to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell so that way you're also notified every time I post a video. Don't be afraid to check out my Patreon, patreon.com/JourneyToFindK, so you can get to see the video first like they did this week. But if you don't want to, no pressure, that is fine. You guys liking, commenting, subscribing, or watching my videos is support, and I appreciate y'all so much. I missed you guys so much. I missed my community. I hope everybody is doing well. I can't wait to hear from you guys. Let me know how you're doing. Comment down below how you're feeling. Anything you guys want me to react to. I will talk to you guys later. I will see you in my next video. Bye.